Hi, so I'm just going to show you how to do the nonogram puzzles. There's a great video which is linked here, and that's what it's called in its description on YouTube, which you can look up. They give a really good explanation. I'm just going to show you the first couple of steps to this. If you know how to do them and you want to do it without help, go ahead. So if you've never done one before, it's a logic puzzle which gives you coded numbers, which tells you the numbers are how many black squares, and then each time there's a gap between numbers, so 1 gap, 11 gap, 1. That means there's a gap in the squares, and that's shown by drawing a little dot so you remember which ones are going to be blank. So we start with this line because this line easily fills up all the way because its numbers 1 plus 1 gap, 11 plus 1 gap plus 1 add up to 15, which is how many we've got in total. So I've done that. 1 gap, 11 gap, 1. We can then use logic to work out where the other ones are going to be. So, for example, you can work out where some of the blank spaces are. If you look at the end column, that tells you that there's going to be 5 black squares in a row, which means it could be in several places. But if you count up, if we assume that this is the last one, we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it couldn't go any further than that. So we know that these 3 at least must be blank. We also know that if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it can't go any further than here. So we can put a dot in each of those because we know they must be blank. For some of them, you can also work out if it's a big number where some of the filled in squares must be. So this is 12 and 2. So 12 can possibly, the earliest it can possibly start is at the bottom here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just going to make a little mark here to show that. And we also know if this row didn't add up to 15, we would also know that you could count down from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to put a little mark there. So anywhere that the 12 is, these ones must be part of that 12. So we can colour those in. So that's 12 up from the bottom and 12 down from the top. However, we also know, and these are always in the same order, so the number nearest the bottom starts at the bottom, and the number nearest the top is at the top. We also know that there's a 2 and a gap. So the only possible way is to do 12, gap, and then 2, because that row adds up to 15. So I'm going to colour in these ones. You'll notice I didn't put a dot in them because I wasn't sure whether they were going to be coloured in or not. We only put the dots in if we're absolutely sure that they're not going to. Now, I suggest you do this in pencil because I certainly make a lot of mistakes, and I'm sure you will too, but that's part of the fun. So we can then work out from this one, for example, 9. We know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 couldn't have been there, and the same the other side. So you can work out from that if it was 1 square coloured in, dot 1 square coloured in, that would be the start of a 9. So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those 5 at least must be coloured in. Just going to put a line to remind us. And then you've got 1 on the other side. So 1 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know that this must be coloured in as well. Okay. Now that's not 9, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's some mysteriousness about where it's going to be. But by using the clues in the rest of it, you can slowly build up a picture, and when you're sure, you put a little dot to show it's blank, or you colour it in. So good luck with this, and let us know if you manage to complete the pictures. And if you get really good at this one, there's the super hard one at the bottom. Have fun. Good luck.